What do you think a good year is for Drake Maye?
Okay, so I think the basic standard is
Year two.
Year two. First year, you got to show some potential, which he did. Second year, you got to show some significant improvement. Now, obviously, we all love him to be, championship level quarterback, but you've really got to show some real significant improvement. Third year, you got to be a player. I mean, a guy who can go out and, when the championship's on the line, you're ready to go. So he's clearly has shown potential. I mean, he's got to, we got to see some real progress here.
Now, what's progress look like?
All the little things like, I would say just watching him, he has a little bit of a tendency, step up in the pocket, tuck it and run. And so step up, keep his eyes downfield, complete the pass for 15 yards. I would much rather have the quarterback complete a pass for 15 yards than try to run for 15 yards. If you want to run for 15 yards, give it to Henderson or Stevenson. But the quarterback's there to throw the ball. So, keep your eyes downfield, try to complete the pass. If there's nothing there, then you got to run. But it's just all the, processing things, faster. Knowing like you run the 64 special.
Yeah.
Y shallow cross X on the in cut. You got to be able to see, hey, in 2 steps, my X is going to come open.
Coverage two.
Can I hang with him for the extra half second or not? That was something like Tom was always a master of. He always knew where his outlet was. So he could hang, last second go to the outlet. He had a real good sense of the timing of the play. You say he's got to have a clock in his head.
The processing,
which is, it's really fast. There's bad guys coming trying to hit you. So, I mean, it's like where I've told a couple of young quarterbacks, I don't know if you've ever watched on, if I can mention the network ESPN, they do Formula One. With the camera right over the driver's shoulder. That's really good for a quarterback to watch because that's how fast you got to play. I mean, those drivers, there's no think about it.
No,
you just got to do it, and that's how you got to play quarterback.
Yeah.
Try watching the Formula One and check that. Check that out for that.
Well, we watched NASCAR last night to determine our fantasy draft, and
okay, I'm a Formula One guy. Not NASCAR, but
why?
Because they actually have to make right turns.
But all they got to do is win the pole, Ernie. No one ever passes each other.
You know what? But it's still there's some real, and I understand having the right tires and all that, but it's just, the courses are so much more interesting.
Did you see the new movie with Brad Pitt, F1?
I have not.
You're going to hate it.
I think you should take Christine to see it.
Okay.
Get a popcorn on me.
Like I don't watch it every week, but every time I do, that's what I'm thinking. Hey, this is the way for a quarterback. You gotta be playing. You gotta be processing information as fast as that driver's processing it.
Yeah,
you really do.
Because second drop, you're looking at the safeties on that special, and if that safety drops into cover two, then you got to get backside of the high low.
Right. I mean,
and that's the shallow to that in cut.
Right.
So if that linebacker goes with that shallow, you better bang that in cut in.
And you have the hole's going to be small. You can't have any hesitation. I mean, you don't get a second look. See, no, see it and throw it.
Yeah,
and that's what really differentiates quarterbacks.
So Drake Maye has to be able to process faster. That would be a successful year.
The faster he can process, the better he's going to play, and if that would get him going towards a successful year. I mean, everything else that comes with it. But
you think Josh would be good for him?
Yeah. I mean, I think Josh is, a good coach can help a player. And that's what I think, to me, I think players look at a coach and it's, can this guy help me play better or not? If the answer is yes, the player will listen to the coach. If the answer is no, forget it.
Now, I know you haven't been watching this team as deep as Ernie does, but what would you think the identity of this team would be, knowing that Coach Vrabel is the head coach?
Well, so my with Coach Vrabel, what I remember, apart from all the great plays, was the first game of the 2008 season. Okay, you remember that? You remember what happened? Tom hurt his knee. So we all knew coming in after the game, I think everybody, hey, Brady hurt his knee. He's out for the season. And there's Mike. I'm standing in the locker room. There's Mike Vrabel. Come, okay, boys, we're going to have a little different brand of football. And that's, Mike, hey, run the ball and play defense. That is so deep. I mean, I just know in Mike, that is so deep in his soul, that's not going to change. Yes, he understands you got to be able to throw the ball, but he's a defensive guy. It's the running game. It's defense. That's the heart of it. That's why he loved having, Henry is his back at Tennessee. You can just pound it. Yeah, that's his.
Brought in Deion Lewis too for a year. Remember, he stole Deion from us.
They stole Deion. But I mean, to me, what's their identity going to be? That's going to be.
You control the game. It's more of a controlling style of the game.
Right. Well, but the thing you get into the NFL. You run the ball to control the tempo. You throw the ball to ring the cash register.
Yep.
And so you get, sooner or later, you got to be able to do. You've got to be, if you're a running team, great. You got to be able to throw it enough, particularly when you need to be effective. I mean that's really like Lamar Jackson's NFL MVP and all that. But when it's 3rd and 15 of the fourth quarter of the championship game, how good is he really going back and making the throw to pick it up? He's going to hit some of them. He might hit enough of them to win a championship. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
As opposed to take the extreme case. You're down 28-3 with 2:12 to go in the third quarter of the Super Bowl. Everybody in the world knows you got to throw the ball. I mean, and that was always my standard for quarterback in the NFL. What you really want is someone who can win the game throwing the football, because he's the only guy in the field who can do that. And that's, I know people talk running. Hey, running quarterbacks are great. It's hard to be a running quarterback much past age 28.
Yeah.
It really,
for 18 games, for 17 games.
Right. I mean, so, you got to be. Hey, everything's on the line. It's third and 17. We got to pick it up. I got to throw it. It's going to be a small window. I got to make a good decision, make the throw. Execute the play.
Sponsored by Roe. How do you make time for intimacy and great sex in your relationship? It's like they say, always be prepared. And when it comes to bringing the spark back in the bedroom, Rose Sparks has your back. Rose Sparks is a prescription treatment featuring a dual action formula that includes tadalafil. That's the stuff that can keep working in your system for up to 36 hours. That's 36 hours of being ready to go whenever the mood strikes. See if you qualify at ro.co/sparks. These little guys dissolve under your tongue, and once they dissolve, they work in 15 minutes on average. That means you can stop watching the clock and start, enjoying the moment. So if you're looking for a stronger, bigger, thicker erection, more control in bed, and better sex for both of you, it might be time to check out Rose Sparks. It all starts with a simple online visit. It couldn't be easier. Connect with the provider at ro.co/GWN, and if prescribed, you get $15 off your first order on a reoccurring plan. That's ro.co/GWN. Compounded drugs are permitted to be prescribed under federal law, but are not FDA approved and do not undergo FDA safety, effectiveness, or manufacturing review. For safety information, go to ro.co/safety info.
We haven't had you on since Vrabes became head coach.
That's right. And here we have the game we're going to talk about, Super Bowl 38. Coach Mike Vrabel, strip sack and caught a touchdown pass.
Strip sack and caught a touchdown pass.
Okay. No, that's the good chance it'll be a long time for somebody else plays in the Super Bowl, has a strip sack and catches a touchdown pass.
Long time. It'll be. Now, what are your thoughts on how Coach will be as a coach?
What I remember, of course, about Mike was when we went defense, when it was the defensive show team out there for the offense, Mike played weak safety, and that was his position. If anybody else had gone out there and said, "I'm playing weak safety," Mike would have said, "Get the F out of here."
Yeah.
So he loved the running commentary on football. You could tell that Mike was totally into football, and I will say, some players you can tell if he wants to coach, he'll be a good coach. The question is, does he want to work the hours? Because it's not, if you're a player, you're getting the beating and all, but at least at the end of the day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 o'clock, you can go home. For coaches, you're going to be there at 11 o'clock getting ready for the next day. Some guys just say, look, I love football. I really don't want to be here at 11 o'clock every night. Like Ryan Wendell. I knew Wendy'd be a good coach. He's at Buffalo. So I went over to him. We played.
He's at LA now.
Well, he started at Buffalo.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, Wendy, how you liking this coaching? And he says, I love it. So if you actually, I know he knows the football. If he likes, actually doing it, he'll be a really good coach. Other guys, I don't, if you're coaching, you get up in the morning, your wife's asleep. You come back at night, she's asleep. It's the old Vince Lombardi thing with his wife Marie and coaching. On Monday through Wednesday, we don't talk. On Thursday, we say hello. But Friday, he's actually civil. During the season, and that part of it for coaches has not changed at all. It's like somebody asked, well, what do coaches do? Hey, the best book ever written on the subject was Vince Lombardi's book, Run the Daylight. It's minute-to-minute account of him going through a big game, in 1962. Now, and it's okay. So he used 16mm film. They used tape, but getting the team ready to play, it's the same thing. It has not. It is not. Maybe a couple plays are different, but the process for a coach hasn't changed.
It hasn't. So
yeah.
So is Vrabel putting the hours in?
Knowing him, I'm sure he is.
I'm excited for them because you usually do take the personality of your head coach,
right? And it takes. You take it, and it's not something you do in one off season or one training camp. You got to go through some,
and he's done that though in Tennessee. He has a resume. This guy.
No, he did a good. No question. He had, but as far as he did it at Tennessee, but you come in the Patriots, new bunch of guys. You start all over.
Yeah.
There's no, anything he did at Tennessee. That's ancient history. Just like anything that the Patriots did when Mike was a player. That's ancient history.
Yeah, it is. Who's the smartest football mind you ever think you coached?
Ever coached? I have to be Tom.
Tom.
Because he, first of all, in 20 years, there's nothing like having, you're the starting quarterback in the same offense for 20 years. It became, and the offense really, it evolved around him.
Yeah.
So he, and he always used, we go up for Friday practice when I do the cards of the defense. You can't show me a coverage I have seen. Oh, okay, big guy, we'll see. So that was, we used to have that was always a little bit of a challenge in there.
And that's why we used to get the when the coach was an offense or defense assistant at UOP or something, and he showed one blitz in 1984.
I wanted to make sure Tom saw it.
So that's your way of getting at Tom. I'll show you this coverage.
Yeah, and it's like, well, hey, what killed him every time was dropping 8 in the red area. Oh, he got so upset with that. Because the windows are small, and they just shrunk the even smaller.
The P drop.
The P drop in the red area.
He would get so mad.
Which is why he needed to see it, which is why we ran it.
Yeah. Do you ever remember a specific time you stumped him and he got really mad?
On those P drops in the red area.
Oh, my God. Those were fun. The Ernie cards. Everyone knew Friday Ernie cards.